She was selling. It wasn't about, buy this, try my wrap. Here's a picture of somebody who's got fat and they lost it. It was basically, I'm looking for people, you know, that I can help them. So again, for the 90-day challenge, I'm looking for somebody who wants to go on a 90-day challenge or lose some weight or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. It's about them. She's looking for these people that fit into these different job descriptions. They didn't know why, and there was something mentioned about getting something free. So, you know, what do you need? What do you want? And then
I did exactly what you said of, like, I'm not even kidding, word to word, that they said, I'm interested, and I said, great, I just need your address to send you the greens, right? And I did it, like, exactly how you said. And then once they gave the address, went back to them and said, well, have you heard about this crazy wrap thing? And that's how I booked. I did a one-on-one wrap today with the hairdresser from that.
It was in the Newbie to Ruby page. Yep. It was put this up, and then when they reply, put this in there, and then when they reply, put this in there. And I didn't make that all up, just so you know. I'm a good swiper. I'm like always on like the presidential pages and all what other leaders are doing, and anything that looks good, I'm like swiping it, put it in our group. Liz Enter does the same thing. She swipes stuff from her. So, you know,
I mean, and I personalized it once, you know, somebody responded, obviously, to them, you know, whatever, but I literally did exact steps that you said.
So awesome. Caity baby.
Oh God. Should I like come in the frame?
I know, because you had, yeah, come on in.
All right.
You can actually sit in my seat.
Oh gosh. All right, what do you want me to say?
What have you been doing? Because your team's been, you know, start with the Blitz Challenge. I mean, you guys have been rocking it. You have some momentum going.
I have a lot of Ruby personalities on my team, so they're motivated by a challenge. So I like to challenge them to like beat me or stalk me because I'm also Ruby. So it's fun for me to compete with my team. So like I was kind of in a rut when we first moved in, believe it or not, which is usually like, you know, supposed to be a happy time. I kind of had a lot of life happen. So I kind of got off course a little bit. And at first, I was just kind of like trying to figure out how the heck am I going to make my team move, because if you're not moving, your team doesn't move. That's just how it works. So my team kind of wasn't moving, and then I actually got on a conference call and I was like, guys, I dropped the ball. I'm sorry, da-da-da. Like, let's start fresh. Let's do this over again. So I put out a Blitz challenge like Cammy's. I swiped it. I thought that was awesome. So I was like, all right, whoever posts the most, it wins a prize. And I didn't even say what the prize was, but they're so Ruby they didn't care. So I posted that out and I like had a little conference call, and then they all got that app Voxer on their phone. So I have girls that are voxing each other like, I'm coming for you. You have 8 stars. I'm going to get 9. Like they're all like, it was really funny. So in the meantime, I would have weekly phone calls and kind of like shout out who was winning. And I'd be like, guys are quiet, and I'm out there blitzing and doing it too. Because like if I'm doing it, they're going to do it. So I'm very vocal, and you'll notice that like when I do things, I'm like, oh, I did this so that people know what to look for. Because a lot of the time, even if you have one person on your team, they're going to look for like, what's she doing? Like, what am I supposed to do? Because she's my leader, so I'm going to watch her. So if I do something and I do it right or whatever, I'll just throw it out there, you know, like, oh, hey, you know. Like the other day, I haven't had a car. My car's dead in the driveway, as you saw. So the other day, I like, same thing. My mom and I had a talk about our short-term goals, and then I made my team set their short-term goals. So I'm like, okay, here are mine. I threw them out there so people knew that those were mine, and one of them was follow-up. I wanted to follow up with a certain number of people. So I started following up with people, and I was going to go out blitzing that day, and I was so mad that I couldn't get out blitzing because my car was dead in the driveway. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to watch Breaking Bad, like, forget this. Done. So instead I started doing my follow-ups, and I actually signed up a loyal customer who bought a fit pack, so I was really excited about that. So I guess that's just do stuff. That's really the moral of the story. And don't expect your team to do stuff if you're not. Like, you can't be, like, sitting there managing everybody in your E-suite and be like, ha ha ha, they're going to pay me. Just, your paycheck goes down.
So for anybody who's a leader in the room, and you're a leader, as long as you hire somebody, you bring somebody onto your team, or somebody's, you've been blessed enough for somebody to place somebody onto your team, there is a responsibility to, walk the walk, not just talk the talk. So that was Caity's thing. I said, well, you know what? I know you got into a funk, you moved, you got tired, you got out of the habit. Get moving, get busy, Start working and start seeing, let people see that you can do it and show them what you're doing. And she's great with showing it on Facebook. She was literally walking up to someone walking with a car, like driving across the road.
It was over here on the road. Some lady has like a baby carriage, and I was like, oh, woman with a child is on the challenge. I pulled over and I'm like, Dan, hand me a Blitz car. Like out the window.
I make things up as I
whatever. Oh, it's so much easier that way.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, can you help me? You're a security guard. I need to find one here. I just make
Alicia,
stuff.
she did very good. She's talking about the Blitz challenge. It's just going up to people and kind of blaming it on somebody else. Like,
It's so much easier.
You have to say, I'm doing this, and I have to hand my card to somebody who's wearing red today. And, well, you're wearing red, and I know this might seem a little strange, but,
Then you ask
me to take their picture, and they're like, okay.
David did that with the girl with the Uggs, and he's like, have you heard about the crazy rap thing? And he said to her, like, it's on our challenge. I need somebody with Uggs on. And she's like, excuse me, sir, are you calling me fat? And I started laughing. I was like, no, he's not calling you fat. Like, she was not shoes.
Your midsection, it's just the shoes.
So she wants to be a distributor. And I'm not kidding that we try not to stereotype. Like, we tell ourselves, talk to everybody, right? Like, you never would have talked to her that day, right? And it was because we were like, Uggs, like.
It is good to help tell them. And the great way to get their name is to tell them that you won't be able to, like, can you help me? And I can't win without your name and number. And usually that'll be like, okay.
I love that.
If I don't get your name and number. And I mean, see what they say.
Good.
They could say no, but they might say yes.
Well, I usually give them an option because some people are funny about one thing but not so much the other. So I say any contact information, Facebook, email, cell phone, whatever you're comfortable providing me as the stranger, to you, and then I'll give them the little drawing slip and let them.
The raffle slip, right?
Yeah, the little raffle slip. Let them pick what they want to put on there, how much they want me to know about them.
It also draws them in because you're having so much fun. Like, you're just like, it's this goofy thing and you're having fun, so people are like, oh, what is that she's doing? It looks like fun.
The other thing you can do is if you wear the crazy rap thing pin and anybody asks you about it, you say, okay, now I have to blitz you because that's part of my challenge. Anybody that mentions it, or you can wear your pin upside down is another trick. Have your nails green. Anybody that comments on your nails, you can say that. So, it's good to, whatever, send something in your mind. Okay, now, somebody says this, I'm going to have to give them one and say, oh, I'm told I have to give you one. What do I mean? I don't mind. So does anybody else have anything they want to share as far as like some momentum, something that's been working for them through a slower time? I know you've been busy.
Well, I've had quite a few vendor events and a lot of contacts, and I really got one distributor signed up, and I gathered 3 distributors, and I made my Christmas bonus.
Yay!
But definitely vendor events, and then following up. You have to follow up with those leads, and I've been very busy.
And then striking up the conversation. I love the vendor events, and I love just even blitzing, but you really have to try and make the conversation personal. You really have to start finding out about them. Have you ever done anything like this before? Have you ever tried a rap like this? Do you have an area that you'd like to tighten, tone, and firm? Is it like a loaded question? I don't think anybody would be like, oh, no, I'm totally fine.
No, not true. I had somebody at Case Jewelry the other day tell me that, no, I don't want to get skinny. I'm like, well, everybody has something about their body that they want to change. She's like, no, I'm fine. I'll pass it on, though.
And if it's always good to say, I know you might not feel you need this or want this, but you know somebody who might be interested in trying this product.
Yeah.
So, but have a conversation to kind of find out, let them talk about themselves. Let them find, have they ever gone to a spa and had a rap done or whatever it is going to be to make that personal connection, because when they start telling you about their needs, then you're not selling so much as sharing. So for me, that's the only way I can blitz. I cannot go out and just say, okay, I'm going out blitzing today, and I might have them in my pocketbook knowing I want to get rid of some cards, but I'm shopping, and I'll be like waiting for that, person who's going to ask if I have coupons or give me coupons at stores. I love that at Christmas time. They were always giving me coupons to come back and shop. I'm like, well, you were so nice to give me these coupons. Let me give you one. So, then it becomes more, that's my comfort zone. I'm not one of those rubies that can go out there. I mean, I did like the challenge, though. I did go up to people and I said, you're wearing green and black. And it says here on my list. And I take your picture and Faith was like, Mom, I think she's shorter than you. Mom, she's taller than you. So I'm like, all right. And the other thing is too, going out with your kids and they make you accountable, because I might have been feeling a little shy and not wanting to go out there and do it. And she's like, Mom, I think they have something on your list. How about that one? So she was right there with me doing it. So again, the Blitz Challenge is a great way to get out there. So that helps grow your business. It's an action step.
I think one thing that's really important is to be prepared. Like, get a little clipboard, put your raffle things on there, put your Blitz cards, because I can't tell you, sometimes I go and reach my purse and I'm like, I don't have anything to write on, or I forgot my Blitz cards. But just to have it, like, part of that is being prepared. I think that
absolutely, like the Boy Scouts.